So the year is ending, and I think like many people, I would often joke and say 2021 is ending, and I don't think I've done anything. Except for me, well, maybe that's not completely a joke. So in this Why in a Week, I'm going to share about the lessons and realizations I've had in this past year so that I can reflect on the year that's just gone by and also to remind myself of all the things I've done in order to better myself. So to anyone who struggles to remember all the battles you've won despite it being a hard year, I just want to remind you that you're probably doing better than you give yourself credit for, and I hope this video will help you remember that. So let's start with lesson number 1, which is to never take any moment for granted, even the most ordinary ones. I know it sounds so cliche, but I think it's really one of the most important things that I've learned this year.
Ooh, look at it!
I think for all my fellow extroverts, we all can probably agree that lockdown is most likely one of the most terrible things an extrovert has to go through. Every day just felt the same, there was nothing much to look forward to.
Yay!
And on some days, it was really hard to wake up because I didn't even know what I was waking up for.
I'm very confused. What's inside this thing?
And the funny thing is, I remember pre-COVID, I would sometimes complain about how tired I was from having to attend so many events or social gatherings. And even though I still need time for myself now and then, I'm someone who genuinely thrives on meeting new people, sharing my experiences, and talking to my friends. Basically, just feeling that human connection with another person.
What do you think? It's good. How about the tom yum? It's a bit spicy actually. I just realized. And they have peanuts inside, so that's good.
So a 5-month lockdown was really not good for my mental health at all, but I guess you can say a good thing that came out from it is that I now realize how those outings and social events that once seemed so ordinary and mundane were actually so important for me to thrive as a person.
I really miss eating a yogurt bowl because I was so busy last week that I didn't even get to unbox this package of granola that I got from an 11/11 sale. So I'm gonna unbox this right now and make myself a yogurt bowl to enjoy.
And it's not that I didn't enjoy myself in the past, but I just feel like I didn't appreciate all those dinners, lunches, coffee runs and movie dates enough back then. I've been feeling so much more like myself and alive ever since I got to go out more often. So never will I take all these seemingly ordinary moments for granted.
I got another milk tea. It's really nice. I really like it.
Because sometimes it's really these small moments that actually make life worth living.
So right now, it's actually dinner time, and initially I wanted to just heat up leftovers, but my boyfriend decided to get me takeout, so I'm actually waiting for delivery right now, and I feel very blessed. But I don't know what he's ordering, so it's gonna be a surprise for me, and I guess it's also a surprise for you all. So yeah, we will both wait and see what he orders.
And here's lesson number 2. It's also very cliche, so please don't click away immediately. But I just want you to know that your size and appearance is really the least interesting thing about you. So for most of my life, I've always tried to mold myself to have what I thought was the perfect body. I wanted skinnier legs, I hated my lower belly fat, I disliked how my bum looked bigger than everybody else's. I basically wanted to be anyone else but myself. Because I thought when I looked skinny and pretty enough, then boys would finally notice me, and that would somehow mean I'm a better and worthier person. Even when I faced rejection time and time again, I still thought it was because I wasn't small or pretty enough. Everything had to do with my external self, things like my physical appearance and image or facade I wanted people to perceive me with. Never once have I thought of bettering my mind and personality. And I guess one day it all became too tiring. There wasn't a trigger or anything, but one day I decided that instead of focusing my energy on appearing a certain way to people around me, I chose to focus on myself. Instead of chasing after a better body, validation and attention from other people,
This was a very, very satisfying meal. Holy moly, look what came in the mail. I'm going to go for my friend's bar call today in the evening. So she invited some of us to go and have a party over there. So me and my friend thought it would be nice to give her this bouquet of flowers.
I started to read more self-help books. I watched YouTube videos on how other people improve themselves. I found my own hobbies. I learned how to be comfortable being alone and also enjoying my own company. I tried to understand myself better, be proud of my strengths, but also accept my own flaws. And as a result, when I did meet someone I liked, I was able to be honest about who I am as a person and what I wanted in a relationship. And when we did get together, I knew it was because the person liked my personality and my values rather than my looks.
Am I being romantic or just unrealistic? If I believe in destiny and everyday magic,
Congratulations! Jump up and down! Go coffee!
And I wouldn't have been able to do all these things if I continued to only care about my appearance and what other people thought about me.
I just washed my hair because my brother is going to have his graduation photo shoot in the studio today, so I wanted my hair to be fresh and nice. And now I'm going to go make lunch, and honestly I really crave something really bland for some reason. So I think I'm going to make some noodles, boil some dumplings, and yep, that's going to be my lunch right now.
And this third lesson is sort of related to the last one, which is loving yourself really comes from within. Remember how I said that I thought getting a boyfriend would somehow make me a better and worthier person? So other than wanting a skinnier body, I was also always really envious of girls who always seem to get a guy's attention so easily.
I'm gonna go for my shoot now, but I just wanted to show you all how cute my outfit is. Personally, I think it's really cute. So I'm wearing these earrings. I think they match perfectly with my outfit. Yeah, this is really suit. It's so cute and super duper comfortable. It's basically pants. So yeah, I think I look super duper good. So this is enough of me fangirling about myself, and I'll go to the shoot.
I thought that if someone liked me romantically, it meant that I was worthy and beautiful, and it also meant that I could finally be happy with myself and not care about my weight and size.
Not bad. The bitter gourd is nice. The egg they cooked is very nice. Actually pretty late right now. It's nearly 10, but I decided to eat this Krispy Kreme that my boyfriend got me.
There were many times during this year where I would look in the mirror and not like what I see. There were many times I would cry when my clothes felt a little bit more tighter than I would have liked. And no matter how many times my boyfriend reassured me that he thought I was beautiful or that I was perfect, that sense of self-loathing and disgust didn't stop. And through all the tears, I realized that no amount of validation or reassurance from another person can make me feel worthy and enough if I didn't learn how to love and accept myself at any size or weight first. It is my own responsibility to make myself feel worthy, and no weight loss, dress size, or attention from a boy can achieve that if I continue to measure myself based on how I look. So even though I know very well that my appearance is the least interesting thing about me, I guess this is a part of me that is still a work in progress, but I'm proud of myself for not going back to restricting and punishing myself whenever I get these uncomfortable feelings, and that to me in itself is progress.
Thank you!
So this fourth lesson is going to be on friendship and that it's okay to lose friends. So I don't know about you, but for the longest time, I always thought that if I had more friends and got invited to more social events, it meant that I was doing better in life. And at the same time, if someone didn't like me, it was a reflection of my own bad character. Needless to say, I was scared of offending people or looking different. I would never say no even though I knew it was a bad idea. I never voiced out my own opinions, and I was scared to stand up for my own values and beliefs because I was terrified of losing friends.
Very hot right now. I feel like I'm struggling. Oh my god, the tamako is so cute. Oh, wasabi, you want to kill me, is it?
In uni, I hung out with some people who I didn't really like and who I knew didn't really like me either. And I'm not saying that any of us were bad people, it's just that we all had different values and sometimes those values clashed. But I still hung out with them because I would rather deceive myself into thinking we clicked than to spend my lunch hours alone. And how I know that these aren't my people is that we don't even text or meet up anymore. And even though I beat myself up over the time and money spent from hanging out with them, I also realized that this is a process I had to go through. Even if we no longer talk anymore, I can't deny that we once shared a lot of good times together as well, and that their presence in my life was probably meant to teach me something about friendship. So rather than fixating on the friends that are gone, I appreciate the ones who have stayed and hopefully will stay for an even longer time. Instead of wanting more friends, I now realize the value in paying attention to the few that matter, because when it comes to friends, it is truly quality over quantity, and that real friends will be there for you not just for the good times, but also the hard times. So the last lesson I want to share is that there is really no right or wrong when it comes to making a choice. As humans, we make choices nearly every moment in our lives, every single day. And before this, I always thought that there was a right or wrong choice when it comes to a certain scenario. And in some cases, that is definitely true. There will be a choice that's better than the other, but that's not always the case as well.
Enter this block or not? Oh, why you?
Luckily, I changed my clothes.
Look at the steam coming out from it. And my unreluctant
I've
friend.
learned from someone that in every choice we make, we'll always gain something but at the same time lose something as well. This is especially true when the right choice is not always so clear-cut. So for example, when I'm filming a workout challenge, I always have the choice between eating cleaner to see better results or eating with no restrictions for a better state of mind. Even though the answer will be different and very clear to some people, to me, it's honestly not. And the problem comes when I fixate on the fact that there is a right or wrong choice to the situation. When truthfully, no matter which choice I make, I will both gain and lose something. It's actually just more of a question on which choice would I rather or what aligns with my values more. So rather than spending more mental energy hesitating between these two choices or constantly looking back and worrying if I've made the right choice, I've learned that it's probably better for me to accept that there will never be truly a right choice when it comes to any given situation. And the sooner I realize this, the sooner I can become more at peace with the choices I make and focus on making the best out of whichever path I've chosen.
So right, he's always the one that suggests maybe you can just order another one. I'm like, no, stop.
You want if you order one more, right? By the time you finish, right, the second one comes already. You don't order, right? You will be like, should have ordered, you might regret it. But if you order, right, you don't feel that way. You might say, kind of thing, it's like, at least you order it.
So these are the 5, I would say, most valuable lessons I've learned in 2021. Even though they may not sound very life-changing, it is definitely very important for me because these realizations have helped me accept and feel more at peace with myself. 2021 was definitely one of the years where I felt like I had the biggest mental glow up, and I'm honestly very proud of myself for that. So if you're like me who struggles to remember all of the great things you've done this year, remind yourself that achievements are not always noticeable to the eye or take a physical form, and that learning more about yourself or growing yourself mentally is just as important as well. And once you see this, you will soon realize that maybe you aren't doing too bad yourself. So this is the end of my video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!